watch this.
Hey guys, so this week my friend Matt and I took a trip down to the Salton Sea and...
You do know that a lot of California isn't a desert, right? It's SoCal that's the desert. NorCal is completely fine. I literally said that. I said that. Why are you getting offended? Yeah, I know. I literally said that. I said Southern California specifically, like Los Angeles and parts of Southern California are the desert. Northern California, the California, that is, of course, that no one cares about and only fucking tech bros live in now, unfortunately. Well, I guess there is like cool Oakland too, but NorCal shits on LA. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, you can't even say that without a Keck W because it's a lie, dude.
Let me tell you, it was quite the experience. The lake is basically a 115-year-old engineering mistake that has arguably turned into an...
You know, LA people who know everything about LA that... Oh, yeah, what I was saying is like, I know like fucking, you know, California Andes that love California and they go to Salton Sea from time to time. There's like Andrew is one of those Andes as well.
An ecological disaster. If you've never been before, I highly recommend checking it out as it will make for a truly unique and surreal experience. Anyway, here's it.
Everyone in LA wears stupid shit like chainmail to bars and shit. Yeah, dude. Everyone's always. Dude, the SoCal NorCal fucking rivalry is so stupid. It's just like everyone ultimately admits that Southern California is nicer, better. Nobody cares. I don't know why anybody tries to fucking do that. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. Like, go merge with the Pacific Northwest, NorCal. Okay, like go. You want to be fucking. You want to be Colorado so bad. Oh my god. Oh, we're different. We're different. We don't have desert climate here. Like, okay, dude. Suck me, okay?
A short video I made documenting our adventure. For some reason, I assumed that the lake was closed off to the public for health reasons, so...
Bro, you went from a lot of pedophiles go to this place. I know a lot of friends that go there might want to qualify that. There's a lawless, like, city. It's like Andrew and shit, dude. They love going to, like, these fucking crazy places and filming stuff. And also shooting a lot of guns.
I was kind of surprised to find that the state recreation area was very well maintained with a series of...
Andrew, man! Andrew, Channel 5. And my other friend Urban.
Lady is almost due its kicking.
Yeah, Slab City. So apparently Slab City used to be a fucking lawless town that was like a hippie commune. Okay, and then Vice did a fucking documentary on it. And then literally every child molester was like, oh shit, this is an area where there's like no cops. We're all gonna fucking move there. So now apparently half the place is still like older hippies and the other half is just like tweaking child molesters. Only place with more chomos per capita is the Vatican. That's right.
Newish looking wood canopies. When we got out of the car, we were immediately hit with the Salton Sea's infamous obnoxious odor. Algae blooms occur periodically on the sea and are fed by various chemicals and agricultural runoff from the surrounding farmland. These blooms reduce the oxygen levels of the water and create a bacterium that emits hydrogen sulfide. In layman's terms, it smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah, and fucking fish die and shit. It's so bad.
We walked out onto the beach toward the water, which I imagine came up much closer to the campground years ago before evaporation took its toll. The sea doesn't have any bottom feeder fish like carp, so anything that dies in the lake ends up washing ashore. In fact, most of the beach was comprised of pulverized fish bones from the many fish die-offs that have occurred throughout the past. When we were walking back to the car, I spotted a brand new looking visitor center and thought, oh, we have to go inside.
By the way, for the record, like, I don't know if this video will show you what it used to look like, but it will literally fucking destroy your brain.
We walked in and were greeted by a lone park ranger who looked like she hadn't seen visitors in years. She was eager to show us a short informational film on the sea, so we walked over to a little movie room in the back and she popped in a DVD. Here's my rendition of what we watched.
We
Welcome to the beautiful Salton Sea, where over 100,000 visitors flock to every year to experience the lure of the sea. Recent studies have shown that bathing in salt water actually has several health benefits. Yeah, that's right. The propaganda-ish film we watched, produced by the state of California last year, actually encouraged bathing in the Salton Sea because of its possible health benefits. I'm sorry, but I won't be jumping into that smelly bowl of soup anytime soon. We hopped back into the car and left the recreation area and headed south to our next stop, Bombay Beach.
That is insanity, dude. It isn't immediately toxic. That's so stupid. Come on, man. It isn't immediately toxic. If you're going to Salton Sea from LA, you will pass a border control checkpoint. Wait, really?
Once a thriving resort community in the 1950s and 60s, Bombay Beach is now the scene of a mostly abandoned post-apocalyptic trailer park right out of a Walking Dead episode. The town is home to some 300 residents as of the most recent census in 2010, but from what I observed, I'm willing to bet the population is half that at most today. Abandoned manufactured homes and trailers line the streets, meeting their demise at the hands of vandals and becoming canvas for amateur artists.
This is also part of the reason why they this is part of the reason why they fucking go there too, because they're taggers, so they like fucking doing art and stuff like that.
I ventured inside one of the old trailers and got an uneasy feeling, so I didn't stay very long. We drove to the west end of the town over a dike that was built back in the day to prevent flooding from the fluctuating lake levels. Past the dike were ruins of old trailers destroyed in two great floods in the 70s, a makeshift pirate ship assembled from the rubbish, and an eerie art display of painted fish bones nailed to what I assume was the old Bombay Beach pier.
Oh my god.
On our way out of town, we drove past the Bombay...
Doing art? You mean committing crimes? You can't be serious, right? Are you an old man who yells at people who skateboard too? Doing art? You mean doing crimes? What are you, 78 years old, dude?
Beach drive-in, which was lined with shells of old cars and boats, including an AMC Pacer, which had quite an impressive VHS collection glued to its interior. Our next stop took us to the southeast corner of the sea, just outside the city of Nyland, a place called Salvation Mountain.
That's literally Grand Theft Auto, by the way, for the record, for those of you. That's where like the alien landing spot is.
This art display is literally plastered onto the side of a hill and is covered with Christian sayings and Bible verse themed around the sinner's prayer. I walked into one of the caverns and instantly felt like I was transported into a Dr. Seuss book. It was here that I found a humble shrine to the creator, a single laminated photograph of Leonard Knight stapled to a corner. Knight passed away in 2014, and ever since the site has been cared for quite diligently by a group of volunteers. I observed one of the curators, a bushy-haired middle-aged man in jeans, shouting at tourists who were walking too far off the established pathway and being disrespectful to the art. He was working diligently to repair and paint a massive hole that had formed toward the middle of the mountain. On the outskirts of the property sat an old Jeep Wagoneer and flatbed truck plastered with similar Bible verses and Christian themes. Just past Salvation Mountain lies a series of vacant concrete slabs, the only remaining vestiges of a dismantled military facility dating back to the 1940s. It's now become a sort of haven for the downtrodden and those seeking to escape modern society. An experimental art installation located within Slab City known as East Jesus is assembled from discarded waste and is constantly growing. art on display ranges from social commentary pieces to those that are just
Democrats are evil.
downright bizarre. Interestingly, when the land was given to the state of California by quitclaim deed from the Department of Defense in 1961, new legislation required that all revenue generated from the property be transferred to the California State Teachers Retirement System. Sorry teachers, but I wouldn't recommend quitting your day job quite yet on account of this place. For our last stop, we headed up the west side of the sea towards Salton City, but first we took a detour off Highway 86 and onto an old paved road which leads to the old Salton Sea Test Base, a remote facility used by the military in the 40s for weapons testing and then space capsule parachute drops in the 50s.
This place triggers fight or flight through a screen. Cool. Yeah, that's a great comment on this. But it is definitely it's definitely weird as fuck. Also, the air is toxic. Like literally, the air is toxic. I don't know if he mentioned. I don't think he's gonna mention that.
We passed a U.S. Border Patrol truck on the road and
That's right, brother.
eventually reached a 40-foot sand drift that had cut off the remaining mile of road leading to the old base. Although we had a four-wheel drive vehicle, we decided not to take a chance of getting caught in the soft sand, so I sent my drone up to travel the remaining mile. It appeared not much was left of the base other than a small test building, remnants of what appeared to be an old boat dock, and testing pools lined with tarp now inundated with sand. Finally, we reached Salton City. Even though it was developed in the 1960s with an extensive infrastructure of roads, sewer line, and power grid, the city really never took off due to its isolation and lack of job opportunities.
Wasn't it created as a halfway point by like the fucking Rat Pack or whatever? Like this was literally developed as a city that is that. Hold on, he's not going to show how it used to look, so I'll show it to you
According
after.
to the 2010 census, 81% of the surveyed lots remain undeveloped and 38% of the habitable residences are unoccupied. Driving through the city, you'll find remnants of what once was a luring resort.
By the way, yes, I will be IRL streaming there. That's why I know so much about it. That's why it's like always been interesting, but
community. The Salton Bay Yacht Club, for instance, attracted many of the well-to-do of the 50s and 60s and featured prominent groups like the Beach Boys. Flooding destroyed the marina, and the yacht club was eventually demolished in the 80s. All that's left of it today is remnants of its parking lot and dead palm tree trunks. The first 9 holes of the PGA Salton City Golf Course opened in 1963 and attracted celebrity golfers like Desi Arnaz, Frank Sinatra, and Dwight Eisenhower. What remains is a
few years ago, an IRL streamer went there and was such a DJ and he got kicked out of Slab City. Okay, first of all, I won't be a DJ. Secondly, I don't even know if I want to go to Slab City, to be fair. I feel like this is a one-way ticket to getting banned or worse.
barren desert
Actually, never mind. Getting banned is the worst.
landscape with paved golf cart paths. Tourism began to diminish in the 1970s due to the sea's rising salinity and flooding problems. By the 80s, the local economy of Salton City, along with most of the other lakeside communities, had crashed, causing homeowners and business owners to abandon their properties. All that's left now is the skeleton of a place that was once dubbed a miracle in the desert. Well, that's about it for my Salton Sea adventure. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to posting some more soon. And just a reminder to never stop exploring, because a new adventure always awaits.
Okay, let's show you what the fucking Salton Sea used to look like, okay? 33 astounding. From hotspot to ghost town, 33 photos of California's abandoned Salton Sea. This is what it used to look like. A postcard promoting Salton Sea as a family tourist destination in the heydays in the 1950s. RV park and cafe looks like it hasn't seen a busy lunch crowd in decades. Fertilizers from local farms are drained into the Salton Sea and caused a thick layer of algae.
Hassle.
As the algae dies, it creates a thick layer of dead muck on the lake's bottom, cutting off oxygen. Dead algae cuts off oxygen. Hydrogen sulfide gas is created, killing all the wildlife. That's why it smells like rotten eggs. And that's why I said the air is toxic. Several dead tilapia on a dried up patch of the beach. A couple proud anglers show off their catch from a day of fishing at the Salton Sea in 1962. Abandoned bait shop left over from the area's glory days. Baptist church, of course. A family on the shore watches people enjoy water sports in 1958. Another postcard from the 1950s. Advertising the Hofbrew restaurant, now long since closed. Families enjoying a sunny day picnicking on the busy beaches. Parts of the Bombay Beach now look like a bombed out war zone. Unfinished and abandoned houses. The California drought is slowly shrinking the Salton Sea also, leaving much of its lake bed cracked and dry. Salton Sea, 233 feet below sea level. Salton Sea is rising about 6, is that feet or inches? I don't know. The beach house has been moved 3 times before the advancing waters. Its first location in 1949 was out and to the left where you see the red flag. At this point, the Salton Sea is 10 miles across. You are invited to the beach house to sign the guest book. To see the display of rocks and minerals found here, visit our gift shop. Geothermal activity has created mud volcanoes. They can be up to 8 feet high and ooze out mud that is 128 degrees Fahrenheit. Dude, literally every part of this fucking place is just not habitable, okay? Can you skip this ad in 1 second? What the fuck? There's an ad? 2 teenagers investigate the water's edge in 1938. Decorative truck parked at the Salvation Mountain Art exhibit. A girl enjoys a walk along Bombay Beach. I mean, to be honest, even back then, it kind of looks like shit. Maybe everything looked like shit in 1958, though. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen better photos. This is not a good compilation of photos. I've actually seen photos where it, like, looks like a wonderful fucking town. You know what I mean?